Forza Horizon 6 isn't just another racing game launch, it's a direct threat to the Crew Motorfest future. If Horizon 6 releases with full crossplay, a massive unified player base, and day one momentum, it immediately outclasses Motorfest in one area live service racing games can't afford to lose, and that's population. Open world racers fail when the world and the game starts to feel empty, and Horizon 6 has the potential to pull players away faster than Motorfest can replace them. So today I'm breaking down why this launch could be the most dangerous moment Motorfest has faced yet, and giving Ubisoft Ivory Tower 10 things they need to do to not only survive the launch, but thrive in spite of it. Let's go. All right, the first thing I think they need to do is implement true, no exceptions crossplay. This is highly unlikely, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Motorfest needs it. Full crossplay across all platforms in every major mode: summits, grand races, free roam activities, and playlist events. Partial or playlist only crossplay will not be enough once Horizon 6 unifies its player base and launches on PS5. The rumor thus far is that Horizon 6 will launch on PC and Xbox and then later on PS5. Motorfest needs to either beat them to the punch, or what's more realistic, they can add it at the launch of their Year 4 content update. Either way, if Horizon 6 has it and Motorfest doesn't, it's going to be a problem, and it's an absolute selling feature for Horizon 6 over Motorfest. Number 2, they need to improve PvP. Motorfest must consolidate matchmaking servers into fewer, healthier populations. Too many queues with limited populations makes the game feel dead faster than low player counts alone. A unified matchmaking pool keeps races full and wait times short. Right now, they have a bunch of different matchmaking regions, and I think they should consolidate some of those a little bit. I also think this is important to do before Horizon 6 launches. But in addition to that, they need to improve the ranked grand race experience. There needs to be a real purpose behind that system. It needs to be an actual ranked system, not just an XP grind. 28 player races where you switch cars twice is completely unique to Motorfest, so focus on that differentiator. And number 3, they need to double down on unique PvE content that Horizon doesn't do. Motorfest should really lean hard into that cinematic PvE experience. NASCAR and RC playlists are right around the corner, and they're perfect examples of that unique gameplay experience that Motorfest delivers with its playlists. They need to really lean into those experiences and develop even more depth, be more narrative driven to really sell each one of those as a standalone campaign. Horizon doesn't really do this with the same type of tenacity or consistency that Motorfest does. Horizon does dominate the sandbox racing. Motorfest should own that structured, high-intensity PvE. And number 4, they need to create new, long-term, persistent progression systems. Seasonal content alone is not going to be enough. Motorfest needs account-wide progression goals that last months. Long-term car mastery paths would be amazing, with fully unlockable traits that increase a car's stats in PvE scenarios. To be clear, I want to keep PvP fair, so I want to limit this type of progression and car stat upgrades to PvE only. They could also give us something to put extra legend points into, like driver skill trees, or let us use them to buy cool vanities. And in addition to that, why not add collection-based rewards that are given for car collecting, like exclusive vanity sets and unique titles that can't really be earned without going through that grind. Players need reasons to stay even when Horizon is shiny and new. And number 5, they need to improve social and crew features. Motorfest must make playing with friends feel better than playing solo. Create a crew system with shared crew progression, crew challenges with real rewards, and improved crew stability and visibility in free roam and races. If Horizon becomes the default play with friends racer, Motorfest loses its strongest retention lever. And number 6, they need to increase event variety and reduce repetition. Recycling playlists and remixing existing races will not compete with Horizon's launch content. Motorfest needs to have more event modifiers, more dynamic races in both PvP and PvE, more weekly twists that change how familiar content plays. This variety is going to keep veterans engaged when new players slow down. At number 7, they need to fix the perception issues. They need to communicate faster and more clearly. Ubisoft Ivory Tower really needs to talk to the players more often. We need clear roadmaps. We need acknowledgement of any feedback that they receive. They need to deliver honest updates on crossplay and matchmaking. If they remain silent, this is going to create the narrative that Horizon is quote unquote moving forward while Motorfest is standing still. And number 8, they need to make Motorfest feel more alive moment to moment. The small things really matter here. More open world player interactions with perhaps some sort of instant race challenges, dynamic world events such as insane weather over sections of the map that make the driving in that area super difficult, but the rewards are 2 or 3x the normal payouts. Visible shared activities in free roam that players can work on as a group like a public event. A game can have content and still feel empty. The perception is everything. So make the perception feel more alive. At number 9, they need to aggressively improve quality of life. Before Horizon launches, Motorfest should clean house. They need faster menus, they need better UI clarity, they need less friction entering events, they need improved reward clarity, they need to attack the connectivity and stuttering issues that plague Motorfest. When players compare games back to back, that friction becomes a deal breaker for a lot of players. Motorfest needs to run better than Horizon 6 before it launches. And finally, at number 10, they need to time their major updates strategically around Horizon's launch. Motorfest shouldn't go quiet while Horizon launches. They have to drop a major update or expansion within weeks of Horizon 6 launching. They also should offer meaningful incentives to return to Motorfest, such as CC for players who log into Motorfest and compete in the summit or play at least 5 grand races during the launch week, etc. You can come up with whatever incentives you want, but incentivize players to be back during that week. If Motorfest disappears from the conversation during Horizon's launch window, many players won't come back. At least not right away. But here's the bottom line. Motorfest does not need to beat Forza Horizon 6. In fact, it probably won't. It needs to remain viable, alive, and worth returning to. Full crossplay, healthy matchmaking, strong PvE identity, strong PvP, and long-term progression are the difference between surviving Horizon's launch and being quietly sidelined by it. Let me know what you think Motorfest should do to help weather the storm that is on the horizon, if you know what I mean. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.